Welcome to Comic Toy Reviews. This is a review of Superman the Dailies 1939 to 1942. It had a cover price of only $20. And look how thick this book is. What Superman the Dailies is about, for those who might not know, is that back then in the Golden Age, the newspaper comic strip, that was the big deal. It was not comic books. If you made a newspaper comic strip with your story, then you were hitting big time. That was the big time. Not comic books. Gives you a little backstory. And after Superman was published and became a hit in the comic books, soon after they were made into comic strips in the daily newspapers, which could be said to be a prime reason why Superman really did become popular, because a lot of more people had access to their newspaper comic strip than they did their comic book newsstand, you know. And as I was reading this origin story by Superman creators Seigel and Shuster was the most authentic and longest origin story that they themselves made for the Superman character. In the comic books, their origin stories were never this long. It is 2 comic strips a page, as you can see here. 2 and 2. That's how the format of the book is. You could see in this page Superman's parents, Kal-El. One thing to notice, it's Jor-El, J-O-R-L, and they changed that later on in the comic books. And you can see Kal-El here, it's K-A-L-L. Again, they changed it in the comic books later on, but this is the original interpretation by the original creators. You can see in this, going through the panels, the destruction of the building, that the family's okay. Pretty much helpless to save the planet. Their world is pretty much doomed. They send the ship off, and the world is destroyed. And crashing to Earth is the infant and Superman. Biggest origin sequence by Superman's creators. And then it moves on into Superman's adventures. There is continuing storylines in the comic strip that do happen. This was a Barnes & Noble book I bought, and basically it was the Fantagraphics books, 3 separate volumes that they combined. Various different storylines. It has the early art of Shuster, but later on as the comic strip developed, he did have assistants in the workshop. But Shuster was involved in some form, whether it be inking the faces or stuff like that. But this is his version of the character. And it would be really cool to have a Seigel and Shuster version of Superman in terms of the art style for an action figure, which hasn't really happened. And I'm just showing you quickly the pages of story. And that's how the first volume ends, 174 pages. The page count returns, as you can see here. Second volume. Look at this, classic shots. It's actually more pages than I thought. Second volume is 206 pages. Third volume, 174 pages. Quite a huge book for a great value of $20. Not including if it was on sale, if you find it. And that is Superman the Dailies 1939 to 1942. The earliest adventures of the superhero that defined him. Really cool. Thanks for watching, and talk to you later.